Good day to everyone. Today I'm going to show you on how to create the basic crouch and sprint in Unreal Engine first person. As you can see, I'm using the first person template provided by the Unreal Engine 4. In this template, we already have the basic character movement and controls like mouse control that we can move the character view from any direction, and the keyboard controls like um, walking or running, and it also have the jump. Now, as you can see, in the first person template, we don't have sprint or crouch. That's what we're going to create. To start, we're going to open or locate the file in Unreal Engine. So the file is located up in the menu. In the file menu, find the package project. In the package project, locate the packaging settings. This is where we are going to manage or add our input. So just locate the input in the package setting. So in the input, we have the action mappings and axis mappings in the bindings. This is where you can see all the registered um, mouse and other character controls that the first person mode is using, like jump, fire, reset VR. In axis mappings, we have move forward, move right, turn, lock up rate, and lock up. But in the action mappings is where we're going to add our sprint and crouch controls. Just click the plus button in the action mappings to add another binding. So let's name this action mapping as crouch. Then under crouch, we're going to select, let's say, a keyboard key that we're going to use to crouch the first person um, character. In most games, we are using left shift as our crouch, but some games are using keyboard C. So let's say we're going to use the letter C as our crouch key. And as you can see, we can add another action mapping in the crouch. So I think just add the left shift under the keyboard. So just find the left shift, or you can use the search to quickly locate the key that you need. So here we have the left shift. So just add it in under the crouch. After that, just close the package, the project settings. After we registered our crouch key in the project settings or packaging settings, we're going to do next is to locate our first person actor. Our first person actor is what we're going to target in adding another event for crouch. I mean, adding the event for crouch. Just locate the blueprint of this actor. Either you select the actor in the world outliner in the upper right corner of the Unreal Engine, or you can search the blueprint in the content browser, which is located below the Unreal Engine. interface, or just select the visible actor in the viewport in the middle of the user interface. But mostly, I prefer the World Outliner or the Content Browser. But as you can see, our first person character is already selected. What we're going to do is open its blueprint. Blueprint is the part of the actor where we're going to add our event. It consists of three tabs. We have the viewport, where we can see the whole actor of our first person, and we have the construction script. We also have the event graph. In the blueprint, what we need is the event graph. This is where we're going to create our logic or event in crouching. So to start, let's add the node of the input that we registered in the packaging settings. It is located in the input. Just find the input, and inside the input, just open the action event, and this is where you can see the crouch that we registered earlier in the packaging settings. Or you can quickly search the term that you are looking for, just like this. And as you can see, all the crouch related nodes will be displayed in our search tab. So just select the node for action event of our crouch. So this is the node. All we need to do is connect the press of this node to another node. Actually, in Unreal Engine, we already have a built-in function for crouch. All we need to do is find that function by searching the word crouch. And as you can see, we have the crouch and uncrouch built-in function that we can already use. Just select these functions. So we have the crouch function in the pressed, and in the release, just connect the uncrouch node. Just find it in the search for quick selection. Once the nodes are connected, so let me explain what these nodes are going to do. Using this input action node, once the shift key or the C key is pressed, the crouch function will be executed. Our first person character will crouch in the gameplay. Then once the crouch key is released, the uncrouch function will be executed. So that's the logic of the nodes that we used in the event graph. So to make it organized, let's put these nodes into comment. Just name the comment as crouch, so that we know that these nodes are for crouch controls. After we created the logic or event of our crouch, all you need to do is find the character movement. So the character movement component is the essential part of this blueprint of our first person, because this is where all the details of the first person characters are or can be modified. In the details panel, you can see all the data or the, let's say, yeah, the details of the character movement, like character movement for walking, swimming, general settings, and so on. In the details panel of the character movement, just find the can crouch. The can crouch is under the movement capabilities. All you need to do is check this one so that the first person character will crouch once we press the um, crouch key, and the event will be executed, or the event we created will be executed. So make sure this is checked. After that, save our blueprint, compile it so that um, the first person actor will be updated in our viewport in the main level. After we created the crouch, so let's test by playing the first person template. So here we have the output. When we press the letter C, as you can see, the character view is leveled in half. I think it is leveled in half. So that's the indicator that our crouch key is running correctly. Then once we press the left shift, it also crouch the first person character. That's how we create the basic crouch control of our first person character in Unreal Engine 4. Now that we have the crouch control, we're going to do is the sprint. So to create the sprint, let's head back to the packaging settings, which is located in the file menu. Then inside the engine, just select the input. And as you can see, in action mappings, let's create the sprint, or let's register the sprint and its key that we're going to use. Actually, I think I made a mistake by binding the left shift as the crouch key of our character. As I can remember, the left shift should be the sprint. So let's remove the left shift. Just leave the C as our crouch. Actually, left. It's not the left shift for crouch. It's the left control. So let's change the left shift into left control. So let's find the left control in keyboard. That's it. And the left shift should be our sprint. Okay. After we added the action map for our sprint, and we updated or changed the left shift into left control in our crouch, let's close this project settings and open the blueprint of our first person character. Inside the event graph, we're going to call the input action node of our sprint that we created in a project setting. So just search the sprint so that we can quickly locate the node. And this is the action event for the sprint. As you can see, we don't have any built-in functions for the sprint that we're going to create. All we need to do is we're going to create the function of our own. I mean, we're going to create our own function for the sprint. So to do that, let's head to the functions. Let's add another functions here. Let's name this function as sprinting. And let's add another function for walking. After that, let's add two new variables that we're going to use in these two functions. So the new variable should be named this as, I think, let's name this sprint. Just select our new variable and change this variable type in the details panel. Let's change it into float. So let's save and compile it first. In our sprint variable, we're going to do is to multiply the max walk speed of our first person character, because the max walk speed of our character is set to 600, I think. That's the default max walk speed. Yes, that's it. The default max walk speed is 600. What we're going to do is we're going to bypass this max walk speed using our functions that we created and the variable that we're going to use in these functions. So let's create another variable. Let's name this one as walk. So our walk is equivalent to 600, equal to the max walk speed, and the sprint should be or maybe times the maybe times 2 the value of the max walk speed. So let's put 1200 as the sprint value. So now let's start creating our sprinting function. In our sprinting function, what we're going to do is drag this character movement, because this is where we're going to modify the max walk speed. Then just drag the wire of our character movement and connect our max walk speed here. So let's set the max walk speed of our character movement. As you can see, the max walk speed node have two connectors: the target, which is the character movement, and the max walk speed. So the default value of our node here is 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect our variable that we created here. So let's drag the sprint here and select the get sprint to get the value of our sprint variable, which is 1200. So connect this sprint into max walk speed so that we can bypass the max walk speed of 600 into 1200 of our sprint variable, and connect the sprinting function into the execution of our max walk speed. And that's it. This is the nodes that we're going to use in sprinting function. So to make it faster, we're just going to copy these nodes to our walking function. Just copy the nodes, and let's head to walking functions. Just paste the nodes here. So the sprint function, the sprint variable, we don't need this. We need is the walk variable. Just delete this one and replace it with the walk variable. So just connect the walk variable to the max walk speed and the execution of function to the execution of our max walk speed. After that, we already have the sprint function and the walking function that we need in the event graph. So in the event graph, what we're going to do is connect the press of our input action to our function that we created. So the press should be connected to the sprinting function. Just search the function that we created. So this is the function. And the release function should be connected in the walking function. I mean, the release connector should be connected to the sprinting function. I mean, to the walking function. And that's it. We have our event for sprinting. All we need to do is organize our node by creating a comment selection. So let's name this comment as sprint. And that's it. We have our sprint event for our first person character. So just save the blueprint and compile it so that our viewport in the level will be updated. So let's run the game. Let's check if our sprint works fine or if it works correctly. So as you can see, once we hold the shift key, you can observe that the speed of our first person character is twice the original walk speed. So once we release the shift key, it returned into default walk speed value as 600. To make it to make our sprint more observable or visible, let's increase the value of our sprint variable. So instead of 1,200, let's double it as 2,400. Let's check if it really speeds up the movement of our character. So this is the walk speed of our character. Once we hold the shift, as you can see, our first person character is really sprinting and it is visible because we doubled the 1,200 that we set in our sprint variable earlier. And that's how we create the sprint control of the first person in Unreal Engine 4. Actually, the crouch and the sprint is, we can add a toggle in our sprint and crouch. because holding the sprint key or the crouch key is, I think, it's very hassle to other gamers, especially me. So I prefer to toggle the controls like sprinting and crouching. So how we're going to toggle the sprint and the crouch of our first person character. So let's head back to the blueprint. All we need to do is add a node that will add some toggle in our control. Just disconnect the nodes of our crouch. All we need to do is we're going to leave the release connector empty. All we need is the press. In the press connector, we're going to connect this into flip-flop. This node is what we're going to use to add some toggle in our crouch and sprint. So the A is connected to crouch and the B should be in the uncrouch. The flip-flop node is like a light switch. Once you click the switch, it will toggle into A, and once you click it again, it will toggle into B, and so on. So that's why we leave the release connector of our input action empty, just the press. So once we press the crouch key, it will crouch the first person. Once we press it again, it will uncrouch the first person. So that's the logic of the flip-flop. After that, we're going to apply this flip-flop to our sprint. By connecting the press to flip-flop, and DA should be connected to sprinting and B is to walking, which means once we press the shift key or the left shift key, the first person character will sprint. Then once we press it again, it will turn back to walking. So that's how we add some toggle in sprint and in our crouch control in first person. So just save and compile our blueprint, and let's check if our first person character will run and walk by toggling our left shift key. So this time we are walking. So once we press the shift key, it will stay sprinting as long as we're not pressing the left shift key again. Just like this. So once we press the left shift key, it will stop running. Especially same as it is the same in the crouch. So once we press the C or the crouch key, it will stay in crouch. Then once we press the crouch key again, it will uncrouch the first person character. And that's how we create our basic sprinting and crouching in Unreal Engine for first person.